Throwing away our food and organic waste can be a bit like pass the parcel. It's now out of our hands. But we've just passed this waste onto a landfill to be covered by tonnes of other waste. So these organic materials are forced to decompose more slowly and without oxygen. And it's this anaerobic decomposition that generates odour and greenhouse gases. Knowing what organic waste can be reused or recycled at home saves valuable resources going to landfill. In the kitchen, our organic list includes food scraps, paper and cardboard. In the backyard, it's grass clippings, garden pruning, untreated timber and some textiles. Place your paper and cardboard into your yellow lidded recycle bin and you've immediately saved 50% of waste going to landfill. Reuse your food and garden waste and you've saved another 30 to 40%. The first step to reusing your organic waste is to decide what system will suit your lifestyle. Mulching is suited to active people who can use a mulcher or shredder for prunings. Composting is suited to active people who have a yard with full sun for most of the day. A compost tumbler will give you compost faster. Another easy way to recycle your food waste is with a worm farm. You'll need to place your worm farm in a cool, shady place, preferably under a roof or cover and within easy access. Bokashi bins are an excellent system for people who need a handy, sealed kitchen container. A mulcher or chipper will turn prunings into a cover for your gardens and pot plants. Other non-organic mulches that can be used include stones, pebbles, coloured glass pebbles and other recycled materials. The easiest way to turn your food and garden waste into compost is to use a commercial compost bin, or you can create a simple compost system using reusable items. Place your compost bin in a sunny position in the yard with direct access to the soil. Your compost is then built on alternate layers of green and brown organic materials. Green waste is nitrogen rich and includes fruit and vegetable scraps and green garden vegetation. You can also add chicken or livestock manure that's a few days old. Brown waste is carbon rich and includes tea leaves and coffee grounds, crushed eggshells, dry leaves and grass, woody twigs, newspaper, egg cartons, shredded paper and straw. The smaller the pieces, the quicker the organic material will break down. Follow these layers with enough water to keep your compost as moist as a wrung-out sponge. And aerate your compost weekly with a garden fork or compost turner to speed up decomposition. Using a pipe in the centre will also assist with this breakdown. Your compost is ready to use when it's a dark brown crumbly mix with most of the food and garden waste decomposed and unrecognisable. Another easy way to recycle your food waste is with a worm farm. You'll need to place your worm farm in a cool, shady place, preferably under a roof or cover and within easy access. Sort your organic items into what the worms like to eat, which includes most garden waste, fruit and vegetable scraps, and chopped or shredded paper and cardboard. With tea leaves and coffee grounds, crushed eggshells, cooked rice and some small amounts of bread on the menu. They won't eat acidic or spicy food and prefer not to eat from a list that includes meat, seafood, oil, dairy, uncooked grains and legumes, and very salty food or chook and stable manure. The worms should be fed daily with scraps cut or blended into small pieces or pulp and watered at least once a week in warmer weather. Within weeks, your worms will reward you with their worm castings or vermicast and a worm liquid fertiliser that can be diluted and used in the garden and on lawns. Bokashi bins are another composting system for you to consider. Not only will this system take your usual food scraps, it will also take your meat and dairy waste. The bin has a mesh base over a liquid storage area and includes a tap to access the liquid. Food scraps are placed into the bin. mashed to compact the food and remove the air, and then sprinkled with a fermented grain. As the food waste breaks down and ferments, a highly concentrated liquid will drain into the storage area at the base. The fermented bokashi liquid is diluted with water and used for pot plants and in the garden. Or pour undiluted down your drains and toilet to keep them clean, prevent algae and control odour. When the bokashi bin is full, simply empty it into a hole in the ground or a compost bin and then cover with soil.
Roses bloom and the sun will shine. Leave your troubles in the world behind. Stars shine brighter when you free your mind. I've got the dreamer in me.
Disposing of food scraps and garden waste in your council general waste bin is a waste of valuable resources. Reuse these valuable materials by feeding them to chooks or putting them in a compost bin. This will improve your soil structure and water retention and save you on purchase costs of commercial soil and mulch. For more information on reducing waste and being more sustainable at home, including fact sheets on worm farming and composting hints and tips, go to our website.